Good morning, dear viewer. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you once more to the Gospel Lens. And it's because of God that we can receive these messages, preach them, and keep them on the airwaves. And so we have an opportunity to receive a ray of heaven's brightness. And this morning, God is calling us to the atmosphere of heaven. The atmosphere of heaven. Brethren, the book of Hebrews chapter 4 and the verse is 16. The writer, Paul, says, "Let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace, that we might find mercy and grace to help in the time of need." He's pointing to us the throne of grace, where a sinner can find help in the time of need. Now, I want to show you this, how it relates to Moses and Israelites, and now the ministry of Aaron and the priesthood in the sanctuary. Now, I want you to follow this keenly. In the sanctuary, we had the altar of the incense, something we've been talking so much about because we have so many lessons to learn from it. Now, in the altar of incense, it was the item in the holy place that was mostly associated with the most holy place. Reason, incense will burn before God day and night. And when the smoke of the incense will rise, then the glory of God will descend to fill the whole sanctuary. And now, when the priest or the high priest will get to the holy place to burn incense, he will pray and with faith look into the mercy seat that was in the most holy place. And the mercy seat was like the throne of God, because above it was the Shekinah, the glory of God, and it was pointing to the throne of God. So in a way, the priest would pray and focus in the throne of God, and he will focus on it without seeing it. Why? There was a veil just between him and the mercy seat, and that is now the most holy place. So with faith, the high priest will pray looking unto the mercy seat. And so it will point to us Christians the express lesson that Paul is telling us, that now let us boldly approach the throne of grace, that we may find mercy and grace also to help in the time of need. Through faith, the priest will pray, hoping that God will listen and thus grant them the desires of their heart. And so a lesson is taught unto us that we may look up to the throne of grace. Why? Because before it, Jesus, our advocate, is ministering and also interceding for us, pleading our cases. Yes, pleading our cases. And so, my favorite writer says, prayers does not bring God to us, and instead, it takes us, lifts us up to God. I don't know if you see this, lift us up to God. In short, it is bringing us to the very atmosphere of heaven. And so we can experience the atmosphere of heaven. And that's why we have to boldly come to God, because He is just and faithful to do all that He has promised us. And we boldly come to Him because we know we have a high priest touched with our infirmities, touched with our feelings, touched with our weaknesses, pleading our cases. And through Him, we can approach God with boldness. Brethren, the message of this day, a beautiful Thursday, is for us to boldly come to God, because through the man Jesus, God can grant the desires of our hearts in His account. What a blessing. Thank you for joining us this day. I'm Jovin Odhiambo for KUSDA TV.